this tour?
No, the one thing I do remember that tour is Kenny.
Not like, hey, I owe you money. How much I owe you?
No, Kenny. I remember this, like, I don't know why.
But he was Clarence with 2 parents.
No, this is why I remember this, because I couldn't stop laughing.
Okay.
It was at the last show. I think we were in Louisiana.
Yeah. No, Arkansas was the last show.
No, it was Arkansas. It was the last show. And they liked us there. It was,
Yeah,
it was a
yeah,
good
yeah.
show,
They loved
right?
us. Yeah, they
When
loved
you
us.
broke your toe or something.
He broke his toe.
Yeah,
On the
He
radio.
broke the radio. And then
he broke
kicked
the
it
radio,
and he
yeah.
broke his toe.
They loved us there. It was crazy.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
can't live without
But
a radio.
before that, I remember this because I couldn't stop laughing, is you wanted a haircut.
Who?
You. And I don't know who cut it, but they cut it so fucking high, dude. I couldn't
My
stop
neck.
laughing.
My neck.
You had a Marbach haircut?
I was a barber.
Dude, no,
Who
in the
did
back,
it?
it was so
You cut my
high,
hair,
dude.
fucker?
I couldn't stop laughing.
Did you do it
I
on
do
purpose
remember
or you
that.
don't remember?
No, it's just like I thought I was
Hey,
so.
I just thought you looked good with a long neck.
No. I thought I was so badass at everything that I do that I could do this.
I just thought a long neck would look good on you.
Hey, he looked like Mo
Did
from
he
the
cut
Three
it?
Stooges.
I don't know. He's
Who
saying
cut
he's,
it?
he's admitted to it.
Oh my God,
so
it
I
was
owe you
so
a haircut,
high, dude. I
motherfucker.
was laughing.
I owe Borachio a haircut.
But even
I'm
with
gonna
the
do that
hat,
line.
you could tell it was so high, though. It was so, I couldn't stop laughing.
Hey, pull your head down.
That was like, I was like, oh goddamn.
So of the whole thing, that's all you remember is my fucked
I
up
do
haircut.
remember that.
Hey,
Because
because
I
every
couldn't
time
stop
we're cutting our
laughing.
hair,
Shit was
we're cutting
funny,
our, hey,
dog.
we're cutting
Dude,
our
I
hair.
couldn't stop laughing, dude. That's why, dude. Like, I was giggling the whole fucking time.
Every time I said, I let it drop, he just let it. Hey, it was so high, you saw my Adam's apple in the
It
back.
was so high, dude.
You saw the vertebrae.
But dude, we had a good fucking show. It was
No,
awesome.
remember when we got there, when we pulled up into that park and everybody was barbecuing?
Yes,
And
I
they were
remember that.
they were like,
That
hey,
was
come
pretty
in.
cool.
Yeah.
That was badass.
How did that start?
Was that a festival? I don't know what the
No,
hell
it
was
was,
going
it
on.
was just them hanging out at the park.
Do you remember what time
kind of
of
like
year
the way
it was?
they do here at Brack. They were just all hanging out at the
guess.
park.
That
Yeah, you
was
think it was
weird.
like a July, 4th of July
Yeah,
festival or
it was a
something.
lot
like
of
that.
people
But it was a lot of
Yeah,
people,
showing
yeah.
up for a barbecue. And,
Yeah.
you know, it's like,
That was
kinda
crazy.
like-
That was cool, though. I thought
Yeah.
that was cool.
But it's weird, like I remember, I just don't remember like all the nuances around that stuff like that. Like I don't remember that getting a haircut. I do remember us cutting our hair. Because remember that one
You were
time?
laughing.
I was laughing the whole time. That's
Remember we cut our hair and we put it all in the towel and the crayon was taking a shower. We
That
turned
was,
the lights off.
that was an Austin show.
Yeah, that wasn't that same show, but I remember we would cut our
It's
hair.
like, hey guys, I need a towel. Like,
We turned the light off. We turned the
You're
light off.
so
like-
mean to crayon, dude.
Yeah, we
You're
turned the
so
light off.
mean.
He's dried himself at that with the towel.
Well, they say, guys!
hey, you know what? Ever since then, he never took a bath.
Yeah.
Y'all are
Hey, we
fucked
don't,
up.
that's
It was
why.
y'all,
So
dude.
you guys
It
are
was y'all.
planning on it.
Yeah, no.
But I mean, I remember the time I don't know what we're recording.
How did that Reebok fight stop? What
Oh.
ended it like I don't remember. Remember that's my hobby, Doc. That's my.
But
that's
they
my hobby.
never really threw.
No,
Somebody
Nah,
they
they
did.
didn't.
Yeah, they did. But how did it stop?
I don't remember.
Yeah,
Maybe
just don't,
Abraham had something to do with it. I don't
even
remember.
remember Abraham there, but I guess he was there. But
He was on.
He was there
the main
because
one.
yeah.
He was the main one taking us.
And I think we were going to him for food since he was there. I didn't have to fucking deal with that. You know
they
what I
bought
mean?
hot dogs one time. So the only
I
time
don't
we ate
fucking
was
know.
that. I guess that sandwich,
On the
some
fifth
hot
day,
dogs
they
somewhere,
brought
and then
us
those
hot
black
dogs.
That's all
people
we
fed us
remember.
at that festival.
Yeah,
Or
that
Oh,
was
we
pretty
ate
good.
good there.
Yeah,
That was pretty good.
Yeah, that was
That was
badass,
fun.
man. They were good, some good
I mean,
hospitality.
That was fun.
So what concert stands out of that we performed at that was memorable to you?
Showcase was, man, I remember that was a
Yes.
good.
The showcase
fucking-
was easily the best one,
That
so you
was
can't say that
dope.
one.
But
Yeah,
also,
that is
I
dope.
thought we did Sunken Gardens one time. Remember?
Yeah.
What
With
was his
Selena.
name?
Selena.
With
Yeah,
Selena.
Selena.
Sunny
Yeah.
That was pretty dope.
That was, you know which one I always think was a badass one was the Camargo Park. When I remember
I
there,
remember
Timmy
that. I do
Frost.
remember that. Yeah.
yeah,
Frost.
and I remember it was badass because we were telling Greg to promote us and people would show up and
No,
they didn't
no.
put us on the radio commercial.
Yeah.
And so they did a live broadcast, and I got the impression, I may be wrong, in my mind, they did the live broadcast and a lot of people showed up for us. They weren't there for the other.
No,
like
yeah.
we performed and we left,
We
and they
performed, and then when the main act got there, there was
we
less
left to go
people.
sign autographs.
Yeah.
They
Yes,
kind of
and there was
followed where
less
we were at.
people. Yes.
Yeah.
Wait a minute. When did I Have a Solution start gaining traction? I don't
I
remember.
could-
You know
So,
what?
no, no,
when we
no,
were too
no,
dumb
no,
to know.
I'm gonna tell you
push
my
it.
version of it, right? So it was when what's her name?
It had to be
Stephanie
girls. Girls were
Stephanie
the
Lynn.
one.
Yes, the Hana singer. What's her
Stephanie
name?
Lynn.
Stephanie Lynn.
Yeah.
Told
Oh,
me
you
that
know her.
They're her best.
You know her
How well
pretty
do you-
good
how do you
though.
know her? How well do you know
well
her?
do you know her though?
I never slept with her once or twice. But anyway,
Not in front of my house.
yeah, no, probably not. That was some other dude.
That was Lynn Steph.
Look,
Her name was Lynn.
according to legend, I was one of many. So I'm not.
Oh,
I'm-
okay.
I thought I was special, but apparently I'm
I
not.
do remember the Sunken Garden show with Selena though. That was awesome because she was behind us.
And right now he's got the floor,
on.
but she was going to pass out in a second. Let him finish telling the story.
Oh,
He's going
okay,
to pass
tell your
out.
story, dude.
How do you know how that song was blowing up?
Yeah, how do you know?
And he's gone.
He's gone.
Okay.
He's gone. He started switching.
I just remember people talking about it.
So she told me that one of her best friends or good friends, whatever, was depressed, and he was going to commit suicide.
I've heard that. Yeah.
He wanted to commit suicide. Anyway, the whole story was her best friend committed suicide to that song.
I heard a couple of stories like that. Yeah.
Come on.
No, but the song
I've
led
heard
you.
it more than once from more than one.
Yeah, I've heard people say that. Or even like if you look on the internet,
She
you
was
hear
the
people
first
say
one to
they
make
comments
Committed
like that.
suicide because it was so good, or committed suicide because it sucked?
I don't need to hear another fucking song.
That's up for debate. That's up
Hey,
for
Bado, this is the best fucking song ever. Boom! I'm done.
I
I'm
just
done.
did the music. I'm sorry,
It's
y'all.
over. It's over. I'm done.
This song is so horrible.
I'm done. This is a fucking. I love this song. I'm done. I don't need to live anymore. Boom.
Fucked up,
But
dude.
that's how it gained popularity. It's like
Well, that was weird.
somebody
It just-
committed
How did you know?
suicide.
How do you knew? Other than we knew it, you knew there was something there. We were too dumb to know.
Yeah.
When did you know this song was bigger?
When
like,
I started playing it at Image.
and it made it on the radio. Remember, we played on the radio station.
And it started. I played at KSOM as well.
Yeah.
Like it started gaining traction. So little by little, it just started gaining underground kind of following kind of thing.
So to me, it was like I knew we did that song, and I have two stories that like years later, once I'm out of doing music, and I'm like,
No,
working.
you're still into doing music.
No, I don't do music anymore.
No, I mean you love doing
No,
music.
Mr. Poetry's dead. For the record, which
No, no,
camera's
no,
on?
no, no.
Mr. Poetry's dead. For
No,
the record.
Eli,
I guess,
Mr.
I
Poetry's
don't know.
not dead, right?
Mr. Poetry is dead. For the record, he's dead.
No, we know he's not dead.
So the two stories I remember. So I'm like, we're working at Buell, and we're going. Back then, the Spurs didn't play on regular TV. They played like on what they would call pay-per-view, but you have to have the box.
pay-per-view, yeah.
And then someone had the illegal box, right? The box is hooked up.
Or you can kind of see titties every now and then.
I don't know about that.
Yeah,
Okay,
that
that
one,
one,
yeah,
yeah.
I don't know what. I'm not going to.
Whatever. You're the worst one, dude.
Hey,
He starts going like that.
Wait a minute. What are you talking about?
Dude, wait, what are you talking about? Stick your head out the
Starts
door.
doing the sign of the
Your
cross.
dad.
Yeah. So a guy had one of those fixed boxes where you can watch the games. We went. You remember Carlos? I think said he worked at Buell. We're watching. Yeah, we were watching porn instead of the game. No, we're watching the Spurs game, and we had already told him about We Rapped and stuff like that. He must have shared it with his daughters, and they're younger. Like we're probably like in our 20s, 25 or so, or
Okay.
24, maybe
Mid-20s,
24.
gotcha.
Yeah, mid to early 20s. Yeah, and his daughter was probably like 15, 16. I don't know what age, but a teenager. So she's there with her friends. We go to watch the game, and we hear a couple like looking at the door, giggling at that, and you kind of catch on to like,
What the hell are they like laughing at? Yeah.
And he tells us, oh, I told my daughters, y'all recorded that song, I Have a Solution, and she didn't believe me. She said, no, those guys are rich and famous. What would they do working there?
hilarious.
And so he told them that we were there,
Dad,
and they were
what-
so
what
embarrassed
they
they
do
didn't want to
working
come out
with
to
you,
say
Dad?
hi.
That is funny,
Like, thought
dude.
that yeah. So to me, it was a cool story.
I think I know how that started though. If it's mid '90s, then it has to be because a lot of DJs were putting that song
On
in
those
their
Spring Love mixtape,
in
yes.
their freestyle mixes.
Yeah, that's
at the end.
Yes.
So it just kept gaining.
Cool. Yeah, blew it up.
gaining,
So yeah,
gaining.
so he was noticing that last time, Eli, that it was part of a freestyle compilation, right?
Yeah,
so-
that was on several of them. Eric knew a guy who was making those
those
seats.
other leaves that are
Oh,
falling.
yeah.
So I kind of got the hint that shit, people heard the song, there's an audience out there that thinks that
Yeah.
song blew up. Then one time we were working at D-Row, me and Richard worked there. Remember there was a girl, Tammy, that worked in the front, and I remember Richard was working there at the time because we had worked together for a moment. When I got back to the office, she's playing I Have a Solution on. So I'm not going to take the bait. I'm thinking
Whatever,
Richard probably told her to play it. I didn't want to act all cheap out there like, hey, that's my song. So I'm not going to take the bait. I just go back to the office and I do them working and never, hey, come on, like never let the cat out of the bag. So then I thought like, well,
Why she keep listening to it?
Yeah, she kept the joke for 4
Is she
years.
depressed?
Yeah, 4 years. Like, so I went to go tell her. I said, hey, where'd you hear that song? Where'd you get it from? She said, oh, it's part of my mixtapes. I recorded it from the radio and I was like waiting, like, you should. Like, I'm thinking someone's setting me up, but it turned out that it was just part of her mixtape. She happened to be playing it, and she couldn't believe that was us. I said, yeah, me and Rich, that's our song. No, shut up, that's not. Wouldn't believe it. Then
get
you
the
start
same
getting
thing,
that gist of like,
Yeah.
shit, like people, it took on a life of its own.
Yeah.
without us fucking doing anything on it. And
I keep telling y'all,
and you
man.
wanted
No,
us to
no.
perform it.
No,
it
no,
did
no.
it on its own.
No, Mondo, but regardless, so let's just say, hey, Mondo.
I had to like
so,
Dumb and
so
Dumber.
let- so let's
it
just
did it by
say-
its own. We didn't need to do anything.
Like, what the hell?
No, knowing about music back then, what like even now, like if you have a song that you want to promote, I mean, you got to have like $250,000 to pay somebody to play your shit, right? So
Just don't get
Let's
Kaneki
just-
on it because he won't want to.
no, let's just say,
I'm not
say
gonna do
back
it.
then,
Uh-huh. Back
what could
then,
you
okay.
what could you have done to like?
Man, back then, radio 90s. I mean, I guess
You
you
would've
could have gave
still-
the PD cocaine. I don't know.
No, think about it. If we would have,
I mean, that's
Dude,
it was. They were still
if we
rolling
would've
hard back
performed
then.
to have a solution where people didn't just hear that song, they saw our faces with that song.
Well,
that puts who you
well,
are.
you know what's crazy
And
is-
if we would have followed it up with that, what was the other one that was a good song? Never Let Go. And we never really put
Yes,
that out.
I remember that.
That
Holy
was a good
shit.
one, too.
Like kind of like
That was
one
pretty
foot in,
good.
one foot out.
I
You
remember
see?
doing that.
Yeah,
Holy
Yeah,
shit,
once
I
we
remember
one
Never
foot out,
Let
we
Go.
weren't
Yeah, so Never Let
100%
Go was a
committed.
good one too.
That was good. I forgot
But
about
it had,
that.
that was our
Damn.
audience. And we
How many
couldn't
songs
milk
have I
it.
done? Holy shit.
Yeah.
Fuck.
How many songs have you done?
Fucking thousands per look seems like. Holy shit.
Would you really put it at a thousand?
Because I've done remixes, I've done original songs.
not remixes, fresh production.
Oh yeah.
Still thousands?
Hundreds, probably
Yeah.
hundreds. Easy.
No, I mean, because even after Too Hard, Too Hype stopped recording,
Yeah.
I mean, you did a bunch of other groups.
I did a lot of
and you
stuff,
did a
yeah.
whole lot of.
I did yeah. I mean, I even got actually after I did Too Hard to Hype's album, Crazy Posse album, and Warfare's album, I went back to school, went for radio, television, and film. Did that for a little bit, but I wasn't really learning much because I had already been in the studio with you guys. I already knew how everything ran, and then I got a job with Jorge. He got me into New Age recording.
Was that the one off of Fredericksburg?
Yeah,
or-
not too far from here.
Or Medical Center.
And to mainly be a dub guy and do small sessions.
Remember we did that thing with
I was like,
Maz?
yes, I did. Yes, I did a remix of Maz. Remember that? So I started working there. I learned
Got it.
so much there because they had Pro Tools, a computer.
Yeah.
So I was able to learn how to.
Heard of Pro Tools, but like,
I'm
what's
just saying,
Pro Tools?
this is what, like 94 maybe. So I learned how to use that back then,
Wow.
and I was in the studio, so I'm like, fuck, I'm gonna work on music. So I started producing Kid
Stigma?
Ray.
Kid Ray and the Cool.
I think he had an issue with
Kid Ray and the Cool before
something
Stigma,
that
right?
happened with him and Twice the Power. I'm not sure what happened. And then
Is that
We're
is
gonna
that
save that for
a
we're gonna save that
podcast
for
for another
time.
moment?
that's
Another time?
one.
Okay,
Ray,
what's that story?
okay, Eli, that's another story.
Can y'all get on opposites? I don't want to.
I don't know Eli's story. I just know
I want y'all
Ray.
next to each other right now.
I just
No, hey.
later.
We got 10 minutes. We got 10 minutes.
I got years of stories. You know.
Yeah.